Oh boy, here I go killing again.
I'm fully expecting lots of murder. And my inevitable death. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. Sometimes I find myself wondering what differentiates a soldier from a civilian. In the face of a challenge that seems insurmountable, most people would throw in the towel. But soldiers simply don't have that option. When fate deals you a bad hand and your body's pushed past the limits of its endurance, all you can really rely on is your own willpower. It was probably ridiculous to be thinking about this right now, but I'd adjusted to the tension that came with infiltrating enemy territory, and there wasn't much to do except swim. My mind was looking for ways to occupy itself. I'd advanced 3 kilometers from the spot where I dropped into the jet black sea and watched Millie reluctantly turn her helicopter around. All I could do was swim steadily on toward the distant lights of Tartarus. I'm coming for you. The darkness was so profound that it was difficult to get a sense of my own position. At times, I wondered if I was even making any progress at all. Am I actually moving? Had I really drawn any closer to my objective? Could the currents be pushing me backward, further and further away from it? At times like these, experience make all the difference in the world. I'd been thrown through similar ordeals in my years with the Marines. Thanks to those experiences, I'd known to leave behind absolutely anything that would weigh me down. When you're swimming long distance, a handgun eventually starts to feel like an intolerable ballast. And even a single knife slows you down. You'll just end up abandoning everything you brought with you in the sea. By now, I'd even discarded the life jacket I was wearing. When I leapt into the water. Apart from increasing my drag in the water, it had been rubbing against my ears every time I rotated my arms. That constant friction had my skin, which made contact with the salt water increasingly painful. Oh yeah, guaranteed. No, let's get rid of that. I'd been wearing a rash guard underneath, but it obviously didn't protect my ears. I ended up tossing the whole vest within 10 minutes of starting to swim. My throat was burning from thirst after a while. But of course I can't drink the seawater around me. That ain't good, and it's disgusting. In time, a dull sense of fatigue spread into the center of my brain, and I began to regret tossing away the life jacket so hastily. But when the goal that had seemed impossibly distant came into view, all I could think about was reaching it. As my hand finally touched Tartarus's outer wall, my heart was beating so fast that I feared it might explode. Oh, we don't want to talk about heart exploding. We already deal with that enough in Katawa Shoujo. What the hell am I getting so worked up about? I got something I need to do, that's all. Do I have to kill more people? Yes, well, it's not like I came here to talk things over. If these people could be reasoned with, it wouldn't have to come to this in the first place. It's true. Oh god, I guess I don't have much choice then. Here we go. Oh. Look at this idiot smoking a cigarette when he's supposed to be on guard duty. Talk about nonchalant. Bet he's never even thought about whether he's working for the bad guys here. Are we the baddies? He never takes a look around him and feels ashamed of himself. His own problems are all he's cared about, so he just keeps doing what he's doing. Look, he needs a paycheck. Never spares a thought for the people who suffer as a result. Yeah, nobody normally does. A whole country could collapse because of him, and he wouldn't lose any sleep. Well, most people don't actually give a shit about other people. I mean, think about what's happening right now in real life. No one cares about each other. He barely even thinks about his own actions, let alone the pain they cause others. That's why he can stand there so casually. The only thing he's any good at is making up excuses for himself. He's beyond worthless, honestly. And of course, I'm exactly the same way. We're the same kind of people, standing in the same arena. And that's what gives me the right to do this. I'll stop you. Okay, I'll kill you. Ow. I don't know what's right or even what's wrong. But I do know I have to stop you, Oslo-san. Oh yeah, that's what we... Oh, well, okay. Just annihilate... Oh, look at it. He annihilates him immediately. I've returned as well, Heath Oslo. Oh! Dead instantly. Get wrecked. What? Once you've done something often enough that it becomes second nature to you, your body never really forgets the motions. It had been quite a few years, but I still knew how to strangle a man to death. Well, once you start killing, you don't ever forget the killing. I guess. I don't... In the heat of that moment, a congealed lump of emotion hidden somewhere in the recesses of my mind finally melted and spread through my veins like magma. Oh. After stealing the man's rifle and pistol, I'd paused to grab his knife and boots as well. When a call came over his radio, it was probably a regularly scheduled check-in. Unless the guard responded immediately, the man covering the adjoining area would come over to investigate. I wasn't planning on hanging around, of course. Ignoring it might have been the best option. I've had a feeling he was going to say might have been. But without giving the matter much thought, I reached out for the microphone attached to by a Velcro strap to the man's vest and pressed the PTT button on his radio. E62 here. Nothing to report. Why? It's like... Huh, you sound different than usual. Of course it wasn't going to be that easy. My voice probably didn't sound anything like his. Why'd you become so much more badass? I don't understand. But since I'd provided a response, they'd have to double check their deployment table and make sure they hadn't contacted the wrong person by mistake. That bought me enough time for me to do up the laces of my new boots at least. Alright then. Guess it's time to get started.
いい6人デッキ、資材搬入用桟橋の連絡が途絶えました。侵入者です。
It's all part of my plan, for I am Oslo. I'm the greatest and smartest of all everything.
何人?
Just...
確認に向かわせています。
まあ間違いなく有事だろうね。低空で接近してきたヘリがあっただろう。あれで来たんだ。
See? I already knew you're everything.
部隊は増員してありますので、速やかに確保できます。
Nah.
できればそうしたいが簡単ではないぞ。
Like I'm free. I've activated the kill switch. It's not gonna go so well for your men at all. Especially now that I have weaponry.
できれば殺さずに確保できればいいが、最悪死体からでも遺伝子情報は取れるか。
Good luck with that.
わかりました。生け捕りにします。
Good fucking luck.
できるといいね。とりあえず技術者と非戦闘員は左官へ移そう。戦闘被害は右官だけで済ませてほしい。
It's like that's a giant range of like a wide area.
左官の警備が手薄になりますが。
Because it is 2 aircraft carriers after all.
構わん。どうせ侵入者は1人だ。増援はない。
増援はないですか。
I don't need reinforcements.
そう。有事はいつだって1人だよ。
It's a dangerous job.
では私も現場へ向かいます。
Okay.
銃は持ったかい？
I guess you'll die then.
はい。
You act as though I care.
兄貴の形見の銃か。使いにくいだろうに。
Or rather care. Like, you act as though I am not Kazami Yuji Occupation Student Mark II and could just... and you act as though I can't just murder everybody on this boat easily enough.
お守りのようなものです。それに、これなら防弾着を着ていようと関係ありません。
That's bullshit.
確かに。では任せるよ。家の中であまりバタバタされるのも鬱陶しいし、できるだけ早く捕まえて私の前に連れてくるんだ。
Really, the only one who could stop me is probably Oslo or me, which we still got our clone to worry about.
了解しました。
Oh god, that's gonna be a mess. Uh-huh.
まあ確かに強力な銃だよ。事実、君の兄貴はその銃で先代の9029の進行を止めた。しかしね、その性能をあまり過信しない方がいい。確かに君の兄はその銃で9029を止めたが、同時に9029の手にしていた一本の刀で命を落としたんだ。そのことを忘れていなければいいけどね。
I'm manga humming right now, but that's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
トラビスだ。状況はどうなっている？
現認されている侵入者は1名。現在 B18 通路 A ブロックに向けて追撃中。
Do you mean pursuing or getting killed?
侵入者は1人だぞ。まだ確保できんのか役立たずめ。
Why is he so surprised? See? Why are you so surprised? You have very much underestimated me.
どうした？報告。
Like, what? You're sending... these are grunts. You guys are literally shit.
何をしている？相手だって人間だ。化け物じゃない。さっさと片付けろ。
Well, shit compared to us, you know. Like, what are they gonna do?
おい、どうした？何があった？おい、答えろ。
What hope do you have?
おい。何人殺されたんだ？相手はたった一人のガキなんだぞ。
Okay, now he's starting to realize that, oh. No, did he really think this made me a monster? What a laugh. Take a trip to a real war zone and you'll find equally fearsome creatures lurking around every corner. Ow. Handling numerous enemies on your own is par for the course. Killing someone every time you draw a breath is par for the course. On the kill switch, everyone's dying today. Finding your next target as you're killing the previous one is par for the course. Don't breathe as a sign of relief after you kill an enemy, or you'll be the next to die. Ow. God damn, like you just whapped him and then slit his fucking throat. You always keep moving. You kill them the instant you see them. If you stand still or stop looking ahead, you're as good as dead. When your sweat gets in your eyes or the blood loss makes you lightheaded, you might lose sight of the enemy for a moment. Die. But on the battlefield, you have to be able to cut them down even if you can't see them. Even elementary school kids understand that fighting alone against multiple opponents is always going to be an uphill struggle. Well, that just means you need to find ways to use the confidence of your enemies against them. And they apparently had that until I started murdering them. And as they look from left to right, frantically searching for you, you destroy them. Sometimes you pretend they've hit you, or even play dead. Once the enemy starts to let their guard down, their thoughts will be plastered all over their faces. Usually it's something like, the bastard's injured. Time to finish him off. When someone runs toward you, smirking like an idiot, it's your chance to strike. Get him right in the Achilles heel. The first one to charge forward is usually the squad's boss, some macho idiot eager to demonstrate his strength to the others. And now he's dead. Once you've identified that guy, make sure to kill him first. Seeing the single strongest person in the group go down is enough to break a team psychologically. God, I'm killing them physically and their brain. How am I supposed to beat someone he couldn't? For a moment, that thought makes even well-trained men falter. Ow. After that, you pick them off one by one. And if things start to get dicey again, you just play dead. Rinse and repeat. Oh. It's, there's no hope for them. Stab an enemy with a knife. Use your body as a shield while you fire your rifle. Once you're out of bullets, I mean, not your body, their body. That one didn't make sense when I read it. Because brain fucked up. Cave in someone's skull with the rifle. Hide in the shadows. Hold out your handgun and fire blindly down the hallway. When you're out of bullets, toss it aside. It's fine. We can just keep grabbing more weapons from them. The enemy will charge forward, confident that you're helpless, but once they arrive, you're nowhere to be found. And then you murder them. And as they look from left to right, frantically searching for you, you drop from the ceiling like a lizard, knock one of them to the ground and slit their throat with your knife. We really are a monster, let's be real though. Their partner may fire their rifle wildly in your general direction, but as long as you move low to the ground, they aren't gonna hit you. It's the same as the slide dash I taught Machina once. Unless you've broken the natural human habit of looking at your face to judge your distance from them, it's always going to throw their aim off. Once you're looking up at the enemy from point-blank range, close enough to see their throat tremble in terror, you swing your knife quickly and cut at their legs. Of course you do. There's no need to stab too deeply. Just move your wrist back and forth repeatedly, landing shallow slashes in quick succession. That's, ow, painful. None of these are going to be fatal wounds, but the constant infliction of pain will encourage their body to shed blood more quickly. Sooner or later, the enemy will reflexively try to press down on their seeping wounds. And that's when you swing your knife up from the side to stab them right in the throat. So this is the role I was born to play, and I'm just a psychopathic fucking killer for no, but seriously, this is intense. This should instantly render them unable to breathe. Twist the blade slightly, and the blood will come burbling out of their trachea. Oh yeah, and that's what turns me on the most. Pretty nightmarish stuff, honestly. All the more so for the man you've just slowly and painfully murdered with nothing more than a knife. That's 10. Alright, Goblin Slayer, let's start counting them. As the mercenary's lifeless body slumped forward against me, I retrieved a fresh knife and handgun from his waist. With every kill, new gear. This all struck me as a bit ironic in a way. After all, it was Oslo himself who taught me how to use a knife. Oh, I can't wait to kill him with one.
いいかい、ユージ。銃を怖がるな。銃なんてものは所詮は直線兵器だ。ストレートしか撃てないボクサーの何が怖い？
I'm just saying, man. It's gonna be poetic as fuck. What if we both die at the same time to a knife?
銃なんてものに頼るやつはそれ以外の攻撃手段のないただのハードパンチャーだ。当たらなければどうってことはない。 それに比べてナイフはどうだい。ストレートはもちろんフックやアッパーも打てる。操る人間の技量でいくらでも軌道を生み出せるんだ。確かにナイフは必殺と言い難いが、ナイフ戦というのは必殺である必要はないんだ。
Just keep cutting.
低く構えて足を狙え。足は軍人の命だ。足をやられた軍人は必ず動揺する。足をやられてイラつく。イラつきで焦りが出たところをやればいい。弾切れもなく、極めれば最強にもなり得るナイフだけれど、まあもちろんナイフにも弱点はある。それが何だかわかるかい？
Its range, yeah. Well, the fact that it's melee only, well, I mean, it's not. You can literally chuck it at somebody, but...
その通り。10メートルや20メートルの距離ならまだ戦いようもあるが、100メートル、200メートルと離れられてしまうとさすがにきつい。ナイフの天敵は狙撃だ。そうだ、ユージ。君はナイフと狙撃、両方極めるといい。
Wow.
そうすればどちらの武器を手にしていても、相手がされたら嫌なことを理解できるようになる。そして君は、また一歩、理想的な殺人装置に近づく。
Unfortunately, your killing machine is kind of on a rampage in your own base at the moment, so an ideal killing machine. As the memory made its way through my clouded mind, I realized how well those words described me as I currently was, and I found myself heaving a heavy sigh. Look! Alright, we need to get through this, and there's only one way to do it. Through murder. My head was aching. No! We're too far in! Those drugs that Captain J had administered to me were probably starting to wear off. The dull, insistent pain was making me increasingly irritable. Not just channel that into more power. Just thinking about the pack of idiots rushing at me with their pathetic toy weapons made me nauseous with disgust and anger. I wasn't in the mood to sympathize with them, or to think too hard about anything. If they didn't want to die, they shouldn't be carrying weapons. They shouldn't come anywhere near me with those things in their hands. But guess what they are? Oslo could throw as many pathetic amateurs as he wanted at me. And I will kill every single one of them with murder. I'd kill them all. All of them. Okay, I'd slaughter them to the last man. This fucked up. Every time I brought one down, the throbbing pain in my head faded for a moment. We just need to keep killing and we'll be fine. Maybe I really was a machine. It all came easily enough. I'm still... Oh my god, I don't want this anymore. I think it's... At first it's like, yeah, we're going in. But now it's just even worse. I was laughing. I couldn't help myself. This is just too much fun. I don't want to be here anymore. Back when I was a kid, I'd always had to chase my targets down by myself before I killed them. But this time, my prey was actually coming to me of their own free will. It couldn't have been any simpler. It's like, Jesus fucking fuck. Just blood. It's like a horror scene. Just blood splattered all over the walls. This fucking guy back here is like, oh, I'm so dead. Seeing everyone get mowed down. My enemies swarmed around me in ever increasing numbers. Oh, did you see, look how serious he was right there? Jesus. And I cut them down one after the other. Was that blood always there? Dude, I don't even know anymore. However I pleased. Okay. Oh, no, it's adding on to the scene. When they were outside the reach of a knife, I shot them at point blank range with a pistol. Oh my god, it's all on the fucking floor. There's so much blood. I want to leave. As they screamed and died, I pushed steadily on. I powered through their squads like a typhoon, leaving spurts of blood in my wake. I'd attended an ordinary school. I'd gotten my taste of an ordinary youth. I'd started to think that an ordinary life wasn't so bad in a lot of respects. It's not, it's perfect. But I'd never be able to forgive my father. Well, fuck him. Or to regret the fact that I'd murder him. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd never really learned to like people, myself included. It's okay, well, we could still work on that. We don't. 200 meters before he even reached the hallway, Travis knew something was terribly wrong. What gave you that idea? The scratch marks on the wall, the blood all over the fucking floor and the walls, bullets everywhere. A fierce firefight had raged along this narrow corridor, leaving all the lights in the ceiling shattered and the air thick with smoke and the pungent smell of gunpowder. The dark fluid covering most of the floor was probably blood. The stench was so strong that he nearly gagged, and at the far end of the passage, an area shrouded in darkness, he could sense the presence of something monstrous. Rip Travis? He's so fucking dead. What the hell happened here? I happened. After receiving a report from his men over the radio, he'd sent it in reinforcements and then made his way over himself. Only a few minutes had passed. How could all this have happened so quickly? Travis peered down the gloomy corridor, hands trembling against his gun. The hairs on the back of his neck were standing up on end. This didn't make any sense. Ice-cold terror crawled slowly up his legs and spread inexorably throughout his body. There wasn't a single survivor left in the hallway, was there? If anything was moving in those shadows, it had to be the Grim Reaper himself. Yeah. He needed to call for backup now. No, that backup's not gonna do anything. But before anything else, they had to repair the lighting somehow. After that, they'd have to clean up all the corpses cluttering this corridor and hopefully locate Kasami Yuji among them. Nope. Clicking his tongue in frustration, Travis tried to lift up his radio, but his left hand knocked against something and his receiver fell to the ground. He had no idea what he just bumped up against. It didn't really matter, though. Bending down, he tried to pick up the radio, but found that he couldn't grasp it properly. Dude. Because I don't have a hand anymore. I just imagine there was something strange going on with his left hand. Uh-oh, that did happen. He reached out to grasp its wrist with its wrist with his right hand, and found himself touching a strange and rubbery object, covered in a warm, sticky fluid.
Oi. Uso. Daro.
That's fucked up. That happened so fast, he didn't even realize his hand was missing until before he could feel pain or shock. Travis was paralyzed by sheer terror. His breath caught in his throat. He'd forgotten even how to scream, and a moment later he heard a voice behind him. Drop the gun. Oh, well. Spinning around frantically, Travis aimed his pistol at the voice and triggered, I almost said triggered the pull. I don't know what that means, but we're going with it. But the bullet seemed to cut through empty air. It felt like he'd taken a shot at a ghost. Hit me with your stub. Maybe that would do something. By now his voice was a hysterical shriek. Still unable to even see the enemy, he pointed the pistol blindly into the darkness and pulled the trigger again and again. Like you're doing anything. Fucking insane. With every shot, the absurdly large caliber revolver jumped up like a raging bull, nearly jerking out of his hand entirely. Because he only has one hand now. Only 5 of its oversized bullets could fit in the cylinder. Once you fired all of them, you have to use both hands to swing out the double lock cylinder and push more bullets in. But you know, he only had one hand to work with, so this is pretty much fucked. With only one bullet remaining in the cylinder, he hesitated with his finger on the trigger, and a split second later, he heard a peculiar sound. That, you know? Oh, what was that? Was that his other hand? I feel like that was his other hand. By the time he realized it was the sound of a blade slicing through the air, his right hand was severed, yep, at the wrist, and his gun clattered loudly to the floor. Now you don't have no hands. The terror was overwhelming, and as Travis screamed wildly, overcome by fear and despair, Kazami Yuji appeared before him, drenched in the blood of his enemies. His eyes glittering in the darkness. That's, This was the gaze of a large predator studying a defenseless piece of prey. Once again, Travis's breath caught in his throat. I told you to drop it, didn't I? If you're going to blubber like a baby about it, don't carry that toy around in the first place. Oh, well. The quiet words resonated throughout Travis's trembling body. Before he could even respond, a sharp nick followed, and everything went dark. And Travis is dead. By the time he realized he'd been stabbed in the neck, his life was already over. Wow, what a way to go. Had it really been necessary to kill this man? I feel like at this point our brain is clouded with thoughts of necessarily killing everybody. The question did occur to me, but I didn't really feel any real guilt. If Oslo had come to face me himself, his men wouldn't have needed to die. That's true! Right, and there wouldn't be any need for war if the leaders of nations could just slug it out and settle their differences. War is nothing but unnecessary death on a massive scale. For some reason, that thought made the act of murder feel inconsequential and meaningless. My own cold-bloodedness disturbed me a little. Fighting back a powerful wave of fatigue, I turned my gaze downward. A new puddle of blood was spreading across the floor. Travis's radio lay in the middle of it, still clutched in his severed hand. I'm coming for you next.
Travis. どうした? 返事をしないか?
Oh yeah, do it. At the sound of a familiar voice, I bent down and picked up the machine. I'll be with you shortly. Sit tight, damn. With that brief reply, I hurled the radio to the ground and crushed it under my foot.
何も壊すことはないだろうに。せめて待ってるぞの一言ぐらい返事をさせるものだ。まったく、人の殺し方だけじゃなく、少しは礼儀というやつも教えておくべきだったかな。
Not probably, you know.
そろそろ俺行った方がいい。
God damn it. Now you're sending the mini boss. And by that I mean the second to last boss.
そうだな。あまり兵隊をポコポコ殺されてもかなわない。行け。
Go and attend to
わ
him.
かった。すぐ戻るよ。
Dude, I feel like if I could defeat myself, I can defeat anything. But I'll probably, oh.
オーライオーライはい、OK です。
Okay, I needed this to brighten up the mood. After so much murder. So much murder.
本当にこんなんで大丈夫なんでしょうね。
We get to see her in this fucking suit. Oh, I love it.
理論上では水深600メートルまでの水圧に耐えられる計算になっているそうですが、実際に試した人がいないのでわからないそうですよ。
Well, that's fucking scary.
あのさ、やっぱもうちょっと考えさせてもらってもいいかな。
But she'll be fine because it's Michiru. She'll be fine.
誰かの挑戦なくして成功はありません。安全が確約されている作業などそこらの女にでもできますが、
Just gets her in there.
今この場でこんな無謀とも言える危険な深海作業を託すことのできる女は、そうツンデレ。
Why is Michiru like the main heroine and the true hero of this fucking everything?
嫌だ嫌だと言いつつも結局は従順なまでに朴突に一人の男のために命を張れる、そんな女に託すしかない。ツンデレ界のオピニオンリーダー、ツンデレの中のツンデレ、クイーンオブツンデレ。もしそんな女が美浜にいるとしたら、それは誰？
Oh, she... Now dunk her in there.
私からは多くを申しません。ただミチル様にツンデレの自覚がおありなのでしたら、何を迷うことがあるというのでしょう。
I thought she was gonna be like, correct, and just throw her in there. Oh, that was gross.
さあ、共に豊かなツンデレライフを謳歌いたしましょう。私のこと好きになってもいいんだからね。
Oh, hold on. I mean, we've seen some weird Michiru Sasachi stuff going on, so.
私のこと好きになってもいいんだからね。全然ダメですね。まだツンデレに迷いがあります。もっと大きな声で。私のこと好きになってもいいんだからね。いいですよ、ミチル様。今の私にはミチル様がとても輝いて見えます。
How do we go from straight murder to this? Like...
というわけでね、元気出して行ってみましょう。
Yeah, get her in there.
そうでもいいけどちゃっちゃしろし、あんまワニワニしてっと邪魔が入るのよ。
It's literally just the most bulky suit.
わかったからもうちょっとゆっくり。怖いから普通に怖いから。
It's just the poor girl.
いいですか、ミチル様。今ミチル様が右手に持っているのが酸素アセチレンバーナーです。海底に着床したら左手でバルブを開き、右手のトリガーを引けば自動着火します。
Okay, I like when things are automatic.
燃焼時間はおよそ6分。その時間内に海底の電源ケーブルを切断してください。水中であっても煙が大量に出ますし、作業時は遮光しますので手元はほとんど見えません。ぐっとトーチを押し込んだ手の感触を頼りに切り進めてください。
But I'm in a giant suit.
わかったわよ。行けばいいんでしょ。行けば。どう？作業の方は進んでる？
It's a fucking mess.
はい、お姉様、順調です。
God damn it.
さりげなくずうずうしい子ね。あなたを妹にした覚えはないわよ。
Dude, Sachi's cementing herself in this fucking family.
風見さんのお姉様は私のお姉様です。違いますか？
違います。でもそうね。この仕事をやり遂げたら考えてあげてもいいわよ。
Oh, there's some more incentive for you.
はい、お任せください。頑張ってみちる様を沈めます。
基本的には有能だし素直で可愛いんだけど、どこか微妙にずれてるのよね、この子。
Yeah, kinda, but that adds to her, that adds to her.
まあいいわ。できれば30分以内で作業を終わらせて。
これが終わったらどうすんの？タナ姉。
Oh my god.
タナね
タナトスのお姉ちゃん、略してタナ姉。イントネーションはアマネと同じ。
What? Wait, hold on. Wait. I never realized. I thought that was just mocking. What the hell's wrong with my brain? I thought that was just mocking of being, well, stupid. Well, not stupid, but you know, she talks weird. I just thought, but no, that's not what that was at all. The revelation of this whole time of her. God damn it. See, there's some things brain just doesn't register until the very last moments. What is this shit?
なんていうか、他の呼び方はなかったのかしら？
Now you're just stuck with that name.
一応ね、本名の和樹からカズネーってのも考えたんだけど、なんかダサくね？つうか普通にありそうでつまんなくね？
I like Kazune better than the other.
まあいいけど。
I don't know. It just feels better to me. Probably because I barely call Kazuki Thanatos. I just call her Kazuki.
ちょっとタナコ、このスーツ本当に大丈夫なんでしょうね。
Why is everyone giving her names? And I didn't realize you were naked in there.
タナコ。
Why?
もうグダグダ言ってないでさっさと作業を終わらせなさい。遊びじゃないのよ。
We're sure fucking acting like it.
小峰幸はさっさと沈める。松島みちるはパッパと海底ケーブルを切る。イリス・マキナ、あなたは対空監視に戻る。
It's just like Magina, do whatever the fuck you were doing.
あ、和樹、こんなところにいた。
Huh.
まあ周りは海だしね。
I hope not.
どういう意味？っていうかさ、和樹ってちょっと目を離すとどっか行っちゃうっていうか、結構チョロチョロするよね。昔からそうだった。
She's just commanding.
そうかしら。
It's what she just came up here and
あの山にいた頃も、なんか私、ずっと和樹を探してたような気がするよ。
That's because she was a connection for you.
一箇所にじっとしていても情報が入ってくるのなら私もじっとしているのだけれど、やっぱり人間って不便よね。システムの一部だった頃が懐かしいわ。
You're already nostalgic. What do you mean?
やだな。今さらやっぱ戻るとか言わないでよ。
Kazuki's like, I want back in the machine.
言ったでしょ。今さら戻れないわよ。それになんていうか、今の環境もそこそこ気に入っているわ。
God, I hope so.
どの辺が気に入ったの？
なんかみんな私の扱いが雑。
Well, I mean...
ごめん。あの子たち、なんかやらかした？
Already?
早速変なあだ名をつけられたわ。
変なあだ名が気に入ったってこと？
私にあだ名をつける人はたくさんいたけれど、面と向かってそれを口にする人ってあまりいなかったし、そういう雑な扱いって結構新鮮。 面白いわ。
None of those nicknames were particularly good nicknames, though.
変なの。
ぼっち仲間の榊由美子なら理解してくれると思うけど。
Yeah, the relating.
あ、そうだ。榊さんが呼んでるよ。私それで和樹を探してたんだ。
相手が政治家や実業家なら電話であっても1時間で45万円の相談料を取る私を呼び寄せるとはまた豪気な。
Jesus fucking Christ. I need to pay $4,000. $4,500 just to talk to Kazuki? Might be worth it, actually.
雑な扱いが面白いんでしょ。っていうか相談にお金取るんだ。
That means we get like free advice though, because we're all in this together.
政治家や実業家はただのものを一切信用しないからよ。
I guess you're right.
やっと来た。
Dude, I need a break. After everything that fucking happened. Dude, I need to rest my little fucking head. With the murder and the Machiru and the Amane. I already know. I already know you guys are gonna give me shit for everything. Just, God, you suck, Scott. Why are you dumb? And oh my God, you're going a little crazy with the murder. Look, okay, it was all fun and games until it started getting real bad. End me!